everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay and this is Life with Lindsay. Today we have the one, the only, DaddaMonster.
Hi.
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 A few boring housekeeping tips.
I was told not to look miserable.
That's true. The tiny human is very much awake, so if you hear her, it is what it is. It's also a super gloomy day here, so even though it's daytime, it is really dark. And before anyone asks, yes, this is real. It is not green screened. Neither is he. For those who don't know, this is DaddaMonster. You can find him on Instagram at DaddaMonster. I'll put everything up on the screen here. He makes custom Funko Pops. And
true.
That is true. And I'm real festive in the Momster Halloween hoodie here. Halloween hoodie. Halloween t-shirt. Halloween is tomorrow when I'm filming this. When you're seeing it, it'll probably be after Halloween. So, I've had a couple requests to have a video with the DaddaMonster. So, as long as this doesn't totally bomb and he doesn't hate me by the end of this interview, we'll do more. Okay, do you want to do a little brief introduction, who you are?
Hi. I'm Brian. Well, that's my real name. DaddaMonster is not my given name by my parents. I started my business in May after my store shut down that I was running, never to reopen. It's something I've done in the past, so I figured why not give it a shot. And because of people like you.
Not me.
You.
Yep.
Not you. Well, you too, but my store has really taken off. I've sold out for the last 4 months, so I'm grateful to everyone who has done that for me. It's been a good source of income for my wife and my child, which is babbling away because she's that happy. But for me, since I've been out of work, so I thank you all for that. There's not really, I could go into a long story about me, but I don't think anybody wants to hear my...
I'll ask you some questions.
It was a snowy day in December.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
When I was born?
Nope.
Okay, I won't start
So,
there.
I was actually going to have a hair off and see who you guys think has better hair. But his hair is very much up right now. And mine is usually up. And his is often down. So, there you go. Do you want to tell everybody why your hair is as long as it is? And I'll try to insert a photo here of him with his long, luscious locks.
I can take it out.
Oh, okay.
So I donated hair before.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pain. I don't like having long hair. Which is why I wear it up mostly now. It makes it easier to work, easier to do everything. I actually got it caught in my heat gun once. Lindsay had to help me get it out.
Yes. If you guys ever have a knot in your hair, let me know. I'm really good at that.
But when our baby was born, I would go outside because I wasn't able to leave the hospital for a few days. So I go outside for walks. And when I go outside, I walk right past the children's cancer wing of the hospital. So I I thought it's something I could do to help, something's free, that I could do to help young children is grow my hair out again and donate it and help children with cancer. So that's why I did it. I planned to get it cut in May. That didn't happen. So I'm still growing it out, and I figured if I've lasted through the summer with mowing yards and doing other stuff in it, I can last through the winter. So my goal is to hopefully get it cut by next May, if not before. Okay. But yeah, so that's the story.
If you guys have any recommendations as to a really good organization that we can donate our hair to, I've donated about 3.5, probably close to 4 feet of hair in my lifetime. Unfortunately, Locks of Love, they actually charge families for wigs, and I don't like that I'm donating my hair or his hair or whoever's hair, and they're making a profit off of us. And also, no family in that position. And it's not just, for those who are unaware, these companies don't just donate to kids who have cancer. They also go to kids who have alopecia or any other health condition that would lose their hair or have thinning hair.
I don't care why a child would get my hair. I just care that they get it. So
yeah. And Locks of Love is one of those companies that a lot of people donate to because they have less stringent rules. You can have had your hair dyed in the past, or things like that. But this is my hair, which is way off camera. It never is down. Which I feel like both of us right now are itching to put our hair back up.
As long as I'm not doing anything, I'm okay.
Okay. No headband.
No, I had my hair up.
That's
remember?
right. He usually wears a headband. Like an actual, like, headband, not like one of the fabric ones that you keep your hair back with.
I got these
that's
plastic,
neither here nor
I
there.
bought these plastic ones at Target that you can literally bend.
They're like
it.
gummy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, like, my giant head, like, I can get the headband to fit. So it's
He
nice.
does have a giant head.
I do have a giant head.
It may not look it here, but... and if you guys can't tell, there's a pretty big height difference between us.
I'm 7 foot actually behind
Nope.
her, so that's why my head
Nope,
doesn't look
not
as
even
big.
a little bit. There is about 13 inches difference between us, though. Okay, so a little boring history about us. We have been together officially since 2009. So if you're watching this in current time, that's like 11 and a half years. We just celebrated our 8th wedding anniversary.
True.
We have one tiny human.
Also true.
She was not around then.
That's also true.
Yep. She would have totally crashed that party.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I asked you guys what you wanted to hear from us or what you wanted to know about us, and most people just gave, like, funny, silly things. Matt wants to know why we're so awesome.
I would love to say I was born that way, but awesomeness was achieved through years of wanting to be awesome, and then it just happened overnight one day.
Yo.
That's my story of awesomeness.
No. Okay.
Matt, you're awesome.
So, all right, some boring questions.
Sure. Go ahead.
Where did we meet?
Colonial Park Mall in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You were working at a cell phone store.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at Hot Topic.
Mm-hmm. You had a lot less hair.
I had a lot less hair.
And a lot less tattoos.
A lot less tattoos.
Yep. But still pretty much wore a t-shirt and gym shorts.
Yeah, I was still a fan of black shirts and cargo shorts or
which, if you guys see him, it doesn't matter when you're seeing him. Unless he's in, like, work attire, he's always wearing a black t-shirt and usually mesh shorts. Right now he's wearing cargo shorts just because it's laundry day.
Yeah.
It's always laundry day.
It's always laundry day.
When we met, he was totally oblivious because he had a girlfriend at the time, and I used to go in and be like, "Son, he's so cute."
Yeah.
Yeah.
My assistant told me you liked me, and I had no clue.
Yeah, he had no clue. And we're old, so we reconnected on MySpace like a billion years later, and I got really mad at him that he wouldn't put me in his top 8.
In defense, you're still not in my top 8.
Am I not?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think I can log
Yes,
in
I can still
MySpace.
log into mine before
I
anyone
can't.
asks.
I can't.
Both of ours are associated to emails that we don't have anymore.
Yeah. Mine's associated with a Hotmail, so
Yeah, me too. So when we started dating, my best friend and him lived like 10 minutes away from each other, and I came up to visit, and I said, well, why don't we go hang out with Brian? And we went to the bar, and you guys were doing karaoke, and I walked in, and at the time, I had a giant mohawk, and there was some super creepy dude, like, hitting on me, and he just kind of swooped in and was like, hey, it's my girlfriend. Can I help you? And the guy was like, oh. And we've been together ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I don't have a mohawk anymore is because I grew it out for wedding photos. And then afterwards, when I was like contemplating, should I do it again? He's like, we're old.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Stifling my creativity. Do you remember where our first date was?
I don't.
I don't either. I remember what I wore.
Yeah, I don't.
Probably Quentin Tavern.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I wore a teal sweater dress. I remember that.
I probably wore a black shirt and cargo shorts. I can't go wrong with guessing that.
That's no, I think you wore like a nice outfit.
I mean, I had to wear dress shirts for work, so I mean, it makes
you probably
sense.
wore a button down. Yeah,
I probably did. Yeah.
So before all of this, you worked in retail management.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
For
12 years, I was with the same company.
Yeah. So, what would be your dream job?
You know, I've
If you have a pre-baby and a post-baby answer, go ahead.
Well, no. I mean, like, honestly, I don't know what the pay would be if pay was of no...
Sure.
My dream job would be the old guy that shows tours at Cooperstown.
For those who don't know, Cooperstown is where the Baseball Hall of Fame is.
Yeah.
And they have a diner that seats like, I don't know, 8 tables maybe?
Nah.
And there's like an old guy that sits at the end of the counter and he just sits there all day long. And
his wife calls when it's time for him to go home.
And then he goes home. And that's it. He also gives the tours and stuff like that.
Like, that would be my dream job, to be able to talk baseball all day with people who want to know about baseball.
Yeah.
Because I talk baseball all day with people who are like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true. Mainly me and the tiny human.
Yeah, that's true.
She doesn't understand that there's multiple sports. So when she sees anything on TV, she goes, ooh, baseball. And the one day we had a football game on and she was like, ooh, baseball. And we're like, no, it's football. She's like, baseball. I got so mad. We're like, it's not baseball. So we ended up having to turn it off. Because...
Funny thing is, though, she poops in her diaper every time the Yankees are on TV.
Not true. Not true.
Yankees and Cowboys, she just immediately poops.
Nope, not true. Not true at all. Okay, so what else do the people need to know about you?
I don't know. You got the question.
I know. Do you have any hidden talents?
I mean, I don't think I have any hidden talents you don't know about. You know?
Yeah, but I know you. How about them? Do you have any hidden talents they don't know about?
I have perfect color pitch. So I can tell what a color is. Like, even if I'm in a dark room, I can tell the difference between, like, dark navy and black.
Really?
Yeah, I have perfect color pitch.
Okay.
Also, I mean, it's one of those weird things. I can do this.
Don't do that.
I mean, it's a hidden talent. You know, like,
I can do this.
What? Put your thumb back to there? Congratulations. So can everybody else. But I can... As I'm getting older, it's harder, but I can bend all 8 fingers back to touch.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
I just did it.
No, I don't need to see it.
Okay.
I believe you.
You've seen it before.
Yeah, but don't do all of them at once.
Oh, no, I can't do all of them at once. I used to be able to. As I was getting older, it's hard enough for me to do one at a time. Any hidden talents? Wow. I'm a good singer.
Sure.
I mean, like, I can sing everything from country to rock to, like, death metal.
That's true.
I can rap.
He can do the death metal screams. Yeah. And he tried to teach me how to do it, like, years ago, and I just sound like an asthmatic owl. I don't even attempt it anymore.
She's like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I'm... Nope, not my thing. What would be one thing people would be surprised to find out about you?
I'm not as intimidating or mean as a person as people may think I am. Because like she said, don't look like you're miserable. My normal face will make you think that I'm miserable when I'm probably not. I mean, I understand I'm not a small dude and I'm pretty intimidating just to come up to. But I'm pretty friendly. I get along with almost everybody. I have no reason not to. But I'd say that's something surprising. Also, I don't, even though I'm not a small man, I don't prefer bigger cars. That's true. I like sedans, or even, heck, I used to have a Civic hatchback that I loved. So, I mean, like, I don't like giant cars. I like just regular sized, normal cars. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not driving like, like a Fiat or a Miata or something like that, where we were on our honeymoon. We had a Camaro?
I don't remember.
But it was a super sports car. Like, it was ridiculously fast.
I think it was a new Mustang.
Maybe, I don't know, but...
We had to take the roof down.
Yeah, it was
just so he could get in.
And I couldn't get in unless the roof was down.
And then when he would drive...
It was like Ace Ventura, how he'd drive with his head out the window. I had to drive with, like, my head over the dash and be like...
Just praying for no bad weather or bugs or anything, and we were in Hawaii, so...
Yeah, but I would say, like, that's kind of a surprise.
And I've always, since we've been together, driven
she's
an
always
SUV.
had the big cars. I mean, right now we drive her car 99% of the time.
Yeah, well, it has the car seat in it.
Yeah. And, like, usually I'm going for groceries or something, which groceries fit better in your car. So.
Yeah. So I would say something surprising people wouldn't know about you is that you were in the 1996 NBA draft.
That's also true.
Yes.
The
same year as Kobe Bryant.
Same year as Kobe Bryant.
Rest in peace.
We almost had the same exact life.
No.
No, we didn't.
No. Not even. You lived in the same state.
Yeah, and I got to play in the same basketball camp as him for Adidas, but that's pretty much it. My coach told me to guard him, and I said no.
My mom went to the same high school as Kobe Bryant, like obviously many years apart.
Also, I didn't like playing football. Even though I'm a small man, I did not like playing football. I liked playing basketball. So
sorry for keep touching my hair. Like I almost never have my hair down anymore. And I actually brushed it before this because I have a tendency, I don't know if anyone else is like this, I get out of the shower, I towel dry it, and I put it up in a bun, and I keep it there until I feel the need to take it down. And I was like, oh crap, we're going to film, so I don't want my hair to be soaking wet. So I took it down, and I brushed through it. Now it's like, whoosh. So, and nobody asked, but yes, this is my natural hair color. As evident by the fact that I look like I have no eyebrows or eyelashes because they're also blonde.
nobody asked if this is also my natural hair color.
Yeah. So, where's one place that you have always wanted to travel to?
Ooh. If I had to make one place, it'd probably be Ireland. I also would love to visit Australia. Those are two places. If I had to go back anywhere I've been, Maui. I loved Hawaii. Loved Hawaii.
Now,
and like Honolulu, we went to Honolulu. We went to Maui. Honolulu is like a little Tokyo. It's hustle and bustle. It's people running around everywhere. Most of the people are like 5'1", so I'm like Godzilla there. Everybody's just like, but I guess they probably presumed I was some kind of professional athlete or something. But then we went to Maui, and it was like so laid back, so chill, so beautiful. Like you're driving on like their highways, and it's like not even really highways. There's like 7 cars, you know.
Unless you're on the road to Hana. Yeah,
but even then, it wasn't. We were part of that for part of the time, and it wasn't bad. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. You know, we went to a beach where the sand was like silk, and you could see like 50 feet ahead of you in the water. It was just gorgeous area.
I have a photo. If I can find it, I'll insert it. If not, you guys are just gonna have to use your imagination. We went snorkeling, and they said, "Oh, by the way, we have prescription strength snorkel goggles," and our eyes and ears both perked up because, as you can see, he wears glasses, and his prescription is very strong, and he cannot see without them. Like if he knocks them off the edge of the nightstand, he has to wake me up to find them. Otherwise, he's scared he'll step on them because he can't see them. So they said, well, what's his prescription? I don't know. I said, give me the strongest one. So they did. So he's walking around with his goggles on. He's like, oh my God, I can see. So we get in the water, and of course it's like, oh my God, there's a fish. There's a this. I'm over here hyperventilating because the cold water is giving me an asthma attack. And then the panic is starting to set in, and he's over here like, oh my gosh, there's a sea anemone. And I'm like, ah.
I think the craziest part was when we got off, because it was scuba, and then they put you at this beach.
And then you had a picnic.
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
You had a picnic. But I didn't take my glasses.
No.
So I was just using.
He wore it the whole time.
I'm like, why swap?
Yeah, it worked, and he was actually really thankful that he had them with him because he's like, I wouldn't have been able to survive this many hours without them.
Yeah.
But it was funny when they were like, "What's his prescription?" I was like, "I don't know, strong. Just give me."
Yeah.
And we got his eyes tested a couple years ago. For anyone who is like a contact wearer, my prescription is like -4.5, I think, and they were like, oh, he would be like -8, -8.5, and I was like, what? They go that strong? I mean, I obviously know what his glasses look like because we've been together for 11 and a half years. I had to do math again. Yeah.
I mean, I have no interest in wearing contacts.
I know.
I don't like touching.
And I don't like wearing my glasses, so you'll probably never see me in my glasses. I have people who have known for years that have never seen me in my glasses. I don't even think our kid has seen me in my glasses.
I think you wore them once. But
I usually take them out at night and wear my glasses, and then in the morning when my eyes feel
I mean, I can probably count on 2 hands how many times I've seen you in glasses. So.
Yeah. Or if I'm really sick, sometimes I'll take out my contacts. Yeah. I'm awful. So before anyone leaves a comment saying like, oh, you shouldn't wear them that long, I'm aware. I've been wearing glasses since I was in 7th grade. How old were you when you got yours?
2nd or 3rd grade.
Okay.
Although,
I got glasses and braces the same time.
Although wearing contacts and not rotating them as much as she should. Has bit her in the butt many times. We once came back this area, and we were living in Philly at the time to visit family. We were staying at a hotel. Literally checked in the hotel, put our bathing suits on. I jumped in the water. She went to jump in the water, knocked her contact out. Had no spares, no nothing. Needed to go get an eye test. It was awful.
True. But even if that has nothing to do with how often I wear my contacts, I just didn't bring a spare pair with me. And we didn't want to drive all the way to, or did we not have any left?
We didn't have any.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't have any.
Blowing on my spot.
And they
here.
wouldn't give you a prescription because it's been so long since you had an eye exam.
So I had to have an eye exam.
It's just a weird rule.
So for anyone who is trying to buck the system, let me tell you a secret here. If your eye prescription is good for a year, like around a month 11, just reorder another year's worth of contacts, and then you can have 2 years worth of contacts with one eye exam.
I'm not sure why that's a rule. Like, wouldn't that be on you to be like, okay, well, I'm ordering the same prescription even if I need a stronger one? Like, that's your own.
No, because you can't just go to the pharmacy and be like, hey, I need this old prescription refilled.
Okay, well, that's drugs. This is corrective lenses. It'd be like, you know, like, let's say you hurt your ankle. It'd be like, I need a different brace. You don't need to go get the doctor to get it checked out again. No. You can just buy a different brace.
I mean, I don't know. This is probably really boring. We're
stupid.
We're going to move on.
Okay.
So, what else do people need to know about you? Or do you have any questions for me?
I don't. I didn't know I would be doing that, so I didn't think about it.
If you guys can see the imaginary notebook I have here, there's none of this is scripted. I just was kind of like, I know people want to get to know us. I've had people ask, like, how he got into this or why he got into this. When we clean up here, we'll do, like, a full room tour. Like, what we're looking at is a giant window, and then underneath it is a lot of cardboard, although you've cleaned most of the cardboard out. And we just have a couple trash bags up here and some other stuff that needs to be, like, put away. But we'll do a full room tour. This, like, in that corner over there, right behind him, is where our TV is now. It used to be over there, which I know none of this means anything because you guys can't see anything. But over there is now where I sit. So he had to rearrange the whole room to get me into this. What did you think when I started diamond painting?
I mean, what do you mean, what did I think?
What did you think about it?
I thought it'd be a good craft for you. You like detail-oriented crafts. I mean, when you rainbow loomed, like, you'd make whole art animals and stuff out of rainbow looms. And that's way too detail-oriented for me. I mean, like, you're a very crafty person. So
that's true. I'm not artistic.
I think, I don't know, like, I feel with a lot of crafts, you're really, like, gung-ho into it, you know, like fast and hard as you can be, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm moving on to this other one.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, I agree, you know, but, like, I mean, I also don't blame you, too. Like, you know, like, I get bored doing things. That's why, like, when I do customs for people, I usually do, I mean, she has a small diamond painting she calls palette cleansers. For me, it's doing custom pops I want to do, even if I don't want to keep them. And then I put them up on eBay and I put them up on my Etsy and sell them through that. But it's ones I actually just want to do because I want to see it. I want to see it. I think it's cool. Like, I did Pennywise Mickey, just because I wanted to do it. Like, I wanted to do something fun and cool.
And I'll make sure...
Not that your guys' pops aren't fun and cool, but keep in mind, like, for me, like, as an artist, like, I want to completely do something crazy or something random.
Right.
And that's kind of just keeps my mind sharper focused. And it lets me try out new techniques that I can't try. I don't want to screw your pops up, so... You know, if I screw something up on one I'm trying, then I screw it up. It's my own, you know, my own fault.
I always have the link to his Instagram in my description box down below. But I can put the listings for... Can I put your eBay stuff there?
Oh, okay.
No. Like, can I physically? Like, is that something I can do?
Oh, you mean, like, are you able to?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we can try.
Well, I'll try to do that. So if anybody's looking for any of the pops that he's already completed...
They're also all on my Etsy.
Okay, and I'll put all of that down below.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny to me that my husband is the one who has, like, the stuff for sale, and I'm over here just, like, crafting away. Now, I think a lot of the reason I didn't have, good luck with keeping on trend with whatever craft I was doing before, as I didn't have a dedicated space. Even pre-baby, I always did the rainbow loom stuff on the couch. And once real life and like your hobbies start taking over the same spot, it's really hard to differentiate, because I would sit there and I'd get lost in whatever I was working on, and then I would neglect the time that we had together. And now we have this time together up here, and then we also have our time together in our living space.
That, I think, is part of it. Part of it is, too, the other crafts you did really didn't have a community.
Yes, I think that's a huge thing.
So, I mean, like, with Rainbow Loom, when you were, like, deep into that, there was, like, a woman you'd
Facebook
watch.
Group.
Yeah, or a Facebook group, or a woman you'd watch on YouTube, but it was, like...
But most people
they wouldn't reply to you, they wouldn't talk,
right,
you
and
know.
most people who were rainbow looming were children. And if you guys don't know what rainbow loom is, it's the rubber band bracelets that everybody did however many years ago. They were a huge, huge thing. I used to turn the crochet patterns for the amigurumi figurines into lumigurumi and turn them into little plush.
You made a King Bob from Minions.
I did.
You made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones.
I did.
So, I mean, like, it was cool.
I did my Super
like
Pride.
She never... I think a lot of it had to do with there was really no community.
Yeah, it was very lonely. It was just literally me sitting there watching somebody else or reading patterns, and then I could post to finish, and that was it. But there was nobody in the interim of that from start to finish to do like whipping chats with or stuff like that. Now, it might be different now, but I remember just going around from craft store to craft store on the hunt, because he would take
Michaels, I remember.
dozens of bags to make just one of these tiny little ones, and they didn't have the right color, or they had the yellow but not the right yellow, and then you needed more of that exact yellow, and then you had to wait.
I remember shopping at Michaels plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
And being like, oh, this is what they have.
Yeah, and then with diamond painting, if I say I needed more of a certain drill, there's places I can access that and it not be difficult to find. But if there was one craft that you would like to try, what would it be?
Wow. Craft that I'd like to try. I don't know if there's a craft I'd like to try.
Okay. Is there a craft you think that's cool?
I mean, I wish I could sew.
Okay.
But that's not really a craft. I mean, maybe make like Afghans, stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, because it serves a purpose, and you can do cool stuff with it.
I don't know how to knit or crochet.
My grandmother used to make, like, blankets. My grandmother used to, I don't know what it's called, but where you have, like, pillows, and then you put the threads in it, and it makes designs. I don't know. Is that crocheting?
I mean, your motion made it look like you were sewing.
It was kind of like sewing, but it was with yarn. So it'd be like a plain pillow, and then it had, like, yarn, and she would put it in.
Did the ends come out the other side? Because that would be latch hook.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which I love latch hook.
But she used to do them all the time and make them, they were like, you know, country scenescapes and stuff like that. So.
Was it like the way that the carpet looks?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably latch hook. Which I tried to get latch hook kits when the quarantine started, and let me tell you, Amazon was sold out of like every crafting thing humanly possible, or I'd see these tiny little kits for like $40. I was like, I'm not paying that for, but that, I like doing that. She
didn't have a kit. She used to just grab yarn and...
Yeah, I mean, you can do that if you're crafty enough.
Yeah.
I always just follow a pattern.
She was pretty crafty.
Would you ever try diamond painting?
I mean, would I try it? Sure. Do I think I'd like it? No. There's no way. I'm not, even though a lot of what I do is detail.
Put your hand up.
It's just, huh?
Put your hand up. No, like with mine. Like, just to put it into perspective, my husband's got giant hands.
It's very detail oriented, and like, detail for that amount of time. Like I said, what I do is detail oriented, but it's not for like, would your Princess Tiana take you, like 90 hours?
Something like that.
I mean, like, I can knock a figure out in 10 hours. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's also an excessively large canvas.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a max for me. Like, most of them I'd say take between 6 and 10 hours. But like, it's doing something different all the time because I'm sculpting, I'm painting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm using gel pens or paint pens for stuff. So I mean, it's not all the same thing over and over.
Well, that's why diamond painting burnout exists, because people are on the same canvas working on the same thing for so long. And there are people, like, I've had people tell me I work really fast, and I think there are other people who work really, really fast. And sometimes when you're working on the same thing for 10, 20, 30 hours, you're just like, I need something else. I need to look at something else, work on something else. That's why people love the snack size, which when he's talking about the palette cleansers, I usually call the snack size kits the palette cleansers because that's what they are for me. I don't know how much you guys can hear, but she is making all sorts of noises on here. Do you have a business goal for, I don't want to say the rest of the year. The rest of the year is almost up. For 2021.
7 weeks.
Come back in frame.
Sorry. My business goal more or less depends on what I'm doing work-wise. I would love to be able to take more orders, and as I feel more comfortable, I probably will. Right now, I try to take 10 to 12 orders a month.
And just a side note with that, if you guys message him and he says that this is his turnaround time, if he can get that out sooner, he will. And he's had times where he was able to actually knock out more than he expected to, and then he opened up more slots. So if you want something, just contact him because he'll be honest with you if he can get you in that time frame. But if you don't communicate with him and then you come to him a month later, there's not going to be a spot for you if he's already sold out. So,
and I've also had, somewhere I think, oh man, this is going to take me, a while, and I knock it out half the time. It's just, sometimes I overthink things, and sometimes I underthink things. The two I'm working on now, one is another one. A guy got one made in memory of his brother. His brother had passed away. And he got it for himself, and then once he got it for himself, he showed it to his brother's children.
Yeah.
His brother's children were like, oh my god, so he's getting another. He wants the same exact thing made. So I should get through that one pretty quickly. I'm actually...
Exact
as I can get. Because a lot
they're
of it's
handcrafted.
And it's camouflage. You can't do exact camouflage. But, I should get through that fairly quickly because I've already done it. But then I'm doing another one in memory of a woman. Her boyfriend's doing it for her as a gift, a surprise gift for Christmas. And that one I thought I'd have a much easier time on than I am. So, I mean, it depends. Those are the two I'm currently working on. I have more orders than that. It's just I kind of work on them in groups.
Sometimes he gets really surprised, like hair in general. If he can use a head and use the hair as is, then obviously he doesn't have to worry about that. But the amount of hair he's had to sculpt or change, some of them he's like, this is going to be so hard. When he did Mrs. Coffee's hair, he got to a point and he's like, don't let me touch it any further. Don't let me touch it. I love the way it looks right now. And every day I'd be like, don't touch her hair. And he'd be like, I got it. Because her hair was perfect for what it...
As soon as I had it perfect and I told her not to let me touch it, I have a heat gun, so I just hardened it.
Yes.
That way I knew I could not.
So if you guys are ever in my lives on Instagram, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, info's down below. Make sure you join me.
What are you doing if you're not following me?
But a lot of times in my lives, if he's working and you hear like a hairdryer sound, that's him using his heat gun.
Yeah, that or I have a Dremel also I use. That
doesn't sound like...
Yeah, that sounds like a drill.
Yeah.
But that shaves down plastic. But, I mean, both those tools are... It's funny, I have a thing on my Instagram that's basically... If you want to start customizing pops, I have a walkthrough on how to start doing it.
We're both very firm believers that there's more than enough room for all of us. Whatever niche you're trying to fill. So... Just because he does what he does, he's not saying he doesn't want you to do the same thing. I mean, obviously he doesn't want you to do the exact same thing and steal his ideas and be like, I'm going to replicate it exactly, but you can't. And just there's, I don't even know how many of us out there that diamond paint and how many of us diamond painters that have YouTube channels. There's more than enough room for all of us. And we each fill a little bit of a different spot, even if we do the same thing. What's the phrase you like to say?
There's enough food for everyone to eat.
Yeah. That's true.
And, I always say to people, I can show you how to do something. It's the whole, you show your man how to fish. But, I mean, Michael Jordan could sit there and show me how to shoot a jump shot for 4 hours.
Doesn't mean you can do it.
Doesn't mean I can shoot a jump shot like Michael Jordan. It's not, and by no means am I saying I'm Michael Jordan. I'm maybe LeBron James, but basically what I'm saying is I don't mind helping people out there. I have a whole sculpting tutorial. I don't know if I have it on my Instagram or not, but I had people ask me how to do facial hair, and I sent it to 5 or 6 people who customize pops. I'm not hiding what I'm doing. I'm not hiding helping people, because you know what? There's been plenty of times I needed help and people have helped me out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy that, I'm not the best that does it. I'm not scared to admit that, but I'm also not the worst. There's people that have been doing this for 5-6 years, and I'm not as good as them, but I may be one day.
Right.
But as my goals in 2021 is, like I said, depends what my work holds for me. If I get back to work, then my goal would be probably do 5 or 6 a month, probably half of what I'm doing, brings in additional income for my family. Plus, I've seen the joy that it brings to people, so that makes me happy. And if I don't get back to work right away in 2021, heck, I would love to make this a full-time thing. I really would, but
Health insurance,
man.
That's our biggest thing.
Even if I could get a part-time job where they would cover me for health insurance, that would be golden for me. But I love the time I'm spending at home with her and the baby. But
do you have a favorite pop that you've made, whether it's for yourself or for someone else? For whatever reason that it's your favorite.
I love my Tiger King one. That was the first one I ever did, and if
you guys haven't seen it, I'll insert a photo here.
And that was one of those things I just wanted to do it. And that when I first started deciding I was going to do it, and when I saw how good that one turned out, I was like, well, shit, this was my first attempt at this, and this is how good I've done. So that's when I knew I could do it. Now it took me I think 2 weeks to do the one. But it's just.
But you also didn't have all the equipment then, did you?
No, I don't think I did.
I don't think you did either.
But it was just that's probably the favorite one I've done. For me personally, the favorite one I've done for somebody else, that's tough. It's real tough. I've done a lot. It's funny because there's two groups of people I have that message me. I get the people that. Like I said, there's 2 kinds. One person will message me and they'll be like, I want this done. And I always ask people, do you want progress pics or do you just want to be surprised when it's done? It's a half and half thing. So even the people that say they just want to be surprised, within 3 days, they're like, how's it going? And I'm like, bro, I told you, I need to order the product. I don't keep, I have some stuff on hand. I have Sculpey on hand, paint on hand, stuff like that. But a lot of times I have to order in product for me to be able to do your custom.
So for people who don't know how it works, he kind of Frankenstein's pops. So he might find a head that's a really good base for whatever he needs to build on it, and a body that works, whether it be because of the shape of the body or the clothing of the body or the way the arms are bent, things are like that. So a lot of times he'll pop the head off of one and put it on a different body. So typically he's using 2 different pops. So a lot of times he has to wait for those pops to come in before he can start anything.
So, and then I get to people that, I had one guy, he did one for his friend, and I'm sure he'll never see your YouTube video, but I know he might. But it was real weird, because he wanted his friend done in a suit with a tie with ducks on it, and a beard, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, man, no problem. And he was one of those people, right away, what, are you done? And I'm like, bro, I told you, I think at that point I was 3 or 4 weeks, and it was 3 days into it, and then after 2 weeks, I sent him a picture because he said he wanted an update. Usually I send a picture after I'm done sculpting. So I send an update picture, and he's like, cool. All right. So, and then I complete it, and I'm like, and then getting a hold of him and finding out what he wanted me to do for the box and stuff like that, man, it was like pulling teeth. And I'm like, bro, you were on me within 40 days. Now I can't even get a hold of you.
That pop came out great.
Yeah, and I did one for
the guy with the cruise ship. That came out really nice.
A wife did one for Christmas for her husband. They do a lot of cruises. So I did one. She sent me a picture of him in she calls it his cruising attire.
I believe that.
It is. It's like a Hawaiian shirt with sailboats all over it, and then it's nice khaki pants. What
you would imagine
loafers.
Someone who's listening to Yacht Rock would be wearing.
Yeah, and she was great, and it came out great.
Yeah, and the box was great. Everything was great on that.
I put a little put him inside the cruise ship on the front of the box.
He did.
And but his hair was he was African American, but his hair was, so another one,
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper, but it was a different texture too. So to like work with that texture and then the different colors, man, that was tough. But when it came out, like if you held it up the light, sometimes it'd be gray, sometimes it'd be black, sometimes it'd be white. So like I like when I was done with that one, I was like, this is probably one of my favorites. And it's just the way it turned out, nothing to do with the story. Like I said, I've done ones in memory of people, and like the stories behind that make me happy. That, and like when dude received the first one of his brother, like he like messaged me like it was like freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, dude, you've done," and he was one of those people, he didn't want to see a pic of it at all before I sent it to him. So when he got it and opened it up, and I was nervous because like this is for his brother, you know, that passed away. And when he opened it up, like he messaged like, "Oh my god, bro, oh my god," and I'm like, this could go good.
Yeah, right.
This could go bad. And then it's like, you're amazing. You know, I'm so glad this is better than I could have imagined. That's why I was like, cool. And I mean, I've had, and I hate to say it, I haven't had anybody tell me that they didn't enjoy what I sent them, which is great. But I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I already know it's going to happen. I had a woman that she changed her mind like 10 times over what she wanted with stuff. And I was so worried. She said she wanted a picture halfway through, and I'm like, I'm not sending it. Because if I send her a picture halfway through with just sculpt on it, she's going to go, that's not at all what I want.
So he uses like nude colored Sculpey.
Yeah.
So when you're seeing it and it hasn't been painted yet, it's like very alien-like.
It's very monotone, and you have to use imagination, like, to understand it.
Yeah.
And I knew she would not, so I just
you have to be able to see, like, past what you're looking at and kind of use your imagination. But, so if you were going to get one made of you, would you want progress pics along the way?
It depends. If I saw the artist's work, like, there was a guy that actually did a custom of me. We swapped. Post-mortem, I've seen his work, so I didn't need to. I kind of had an idea what it would look like.
Although when we got it, it was not at all what we were expecting. And not in a bad way.
No, he does a lot of like gruesome, like a lot of horror work.
And the one he made Brian was like very light and airy with pastels. Yeah, it was very, very cute. I'll put a picture of that here.
And like, you know, like.
And I'll put his info down below too, if that's your guys' thing. Because Brian does a lot more, he does very different style than Postmortem, and if that's your thing, you're into the super gore and the super
his stuff's
stuff.
amazing.
Yeah,
just,
so I'll link his stuff down below too. Yeah. So what is your favorite and least favorite part of being a pop creator?
My favorite part is by far just creating something for somebody. Having like, I have people actually. Pink Teacups.
Danielle.
Yes, Danielle. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry, people. I am. I just always have been. You have Lissy right here, and my daughter Brianna. No, Lindsay and Briar. Got it.
Thanks. But, I was like, who are you talking about?
But I'm horrible with names. But we were trying to design a box for her husband, and I was like, what if she say really likes Hot Wheels, and I go, what if we change the happy birthday, and it says happy B-Day, but it's in the Hot Wheels flag.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And she's like, oh my god. And like, that's the way my brain works. It's like, I'm always trying to think of something to make it a little different, make it a little more personable.
Yeah. And trust your artists, guys. Like, if you see their work and it's what you're looking for, it's the style you like trust the process. Like, there are people who were gung-ho when they ordered, and then halfway through were like, well, can we do this? Can I have this? And he's like, yes, just let it unfold and it'll be what you're looking for. And then they get it and they're like, this is amazing. What about your least favorite part?
Honestly, my least favorite part, and this is going to sound weird, is the people that just seem like they don't care.
Oh.
Like
I said the boxes.
Oh, I mean, the actual work part, yeah. I mean, the actual work part is by far the boxes, by far.
Not designing of them, but like actually like creating
cutting them out,
and
putting them together. Yeah. It's just it feels like such an uncreative process. I feel like I could train a monkey to do it, and like they could do it. So, I mean, I just feel like it's one of those things. I did train a monkey. Well, she just cuts them out. She hasn't put them together yet. That'll come later. But, I would say the people that just don't seem like they don't care. Like, they don't get excited about it. Like, you know, like, if I were to get something like that for her or anybody, like, I would be excited. Like, I'd just be super stoked about it. And like I said, the dude with the friend with the duck tie and everything, like he just was like very meh. I did one for a dude that's calls himself DJ Deadwise. I don't know if he's a DJ and or anything other than a Deadpool and Pennywise fan. But like I'd send him updates. He's like, I want updates all the time. I said, okay. So I'd send him updates, and I just get okay. And when he received it, open it up. I even added glow in the dark paint to it. I didn't have to do that.
It was really cool.
I was like, let me, So it says like the Pennywise, the balloon says I Heart Dairy. I changed it to where it says I Heart DJ, and I was like, oh, love this, blah blah blah. Okay.
Some people just don't emote as much as others. Is there a dream pop that you'd like to do, whether it's for yourself or for someone else?
I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of the ones I've wanted to do. I did one of my favorite bands, brand new. I did Jesse Lacey, the lead singer.
The Monster from the first season.
I mean, that wasn't really a dream one. That was just something I wanted to try.
That was so fun.
It was fun to work on, but it was just something I wanted to try to see if I could do. I mean, my favorite Funko actually made it this year, but my like dream pop at that point was Fight Club ones. It's my favorite movie. But Funko made them. The same with my favorite comedy movies, Billy Madison. Funko made them this year. So I mean, like.
Okay, if you could give advice to somebody out there who wants to start this, what one piece of advice would you give them?
Don't think you can do it without planning.
Okay.
I like in my tutorial thing, like I say, I can get you started doing this for under $200, and that's getting everything I have. Sans any like pops or anything.
Right, just the equipment and
equipment. Yeah, I mean, like I had a girl message me the other day when she asked my prices. She goes, "F that, I'll do it myself. That's so expensive." And I said, "Okay, have fun." What she doesn't realize is like for her to do 2 pops, her brother and her dad. Even if she goes out and buys Sculpey, $15 for a block, she buys the paint she needs. Let's say they're $1 a piece. Let's say she has 10 different colors. She's going to have to learn how to bake Sculpey. She's going to have to get the pop she needs to do the actual pieces. She's going to easily burn $100 on just getting supplies, and then it's the
time and effort
doing it. The act of doing it. She may not be able to do it because she's never done it before.
So for anybody who wants to buy a pop from you or anybody, what's one thing you would tell people to do and one thing you would tell people not to do?
A custom pop?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, if you're going to want to get a custom pop, have everything ready for the artist. Have the pictures. I always tell people I need a picture of who you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
The more pictures, the better, and the outfit that they're wearing.
Okay.
If they have a whole bunch of tattoos, don't send them a picture of kind of the tattoo.
Yeah.
I had a woman, literally, her husband, he had musical notes on his arms, which she still hasn't finalized anything, but I was like, oh, okay, well, I can do those. And then like she sends me another picture, and I kind of see another tattoo.
Yeah,
like,
every picture there was a different tattoo.
He ended up having like 8 tattoos on his arms, but like at first she was just like, oh, he just has the musical notes, and I'm like, well, what's that? Oh, that's prayer hands. Well, do you want that on there too? Yeah, like.
Yeah.
It's not.
It just kept growing.
It's not. When you're talking to an artist, it's not a game of I'm going to hold back as much as I can until you can pry it out of me. If you want what you want, send as many pictures as possible. Or if you send me a couple and then ask, is that enough? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, what's one thing you would tell people not to do?
Not to do. Don't ever haggle. Don't haggle.
Mm-hmm.
Please realize. I mean, my prices. I think my prices are very comparable. But I always tell people, look at it this way. If I charge $100, which isn't an odd price for me, my supplies and everything probably cost me anywhere between $30 to $50, let's say. Let's just say an average of $40. So I'm charging you $100. Right there, I'm losing $10 in shipping because that's part of my process. My boxes, they cost me, $5. So between the holder I put them in and the box itself to get printed. So that's right there. That's, $55. That gives me $45 profit to do 6 to 10 hours in work.
Right. So he's making minimum wage, if not less.
If not less. Yeah. So even though, yes, $100 may seem like a lot, it's one of those things where and I'm cool with it. Like I would love to be getting paid $200 per piece. And
I think something else that people don't understand about business is a lot of people have said, well, why don't you lower your price? You're lowering your price, you're lowering your value.
And you're lowering your quality.
And that's true. And if you ever notice from any shop, prices are slowly increasing. And it's usually because there's a need for it. If I could give people advice of what to do, what not to do, my what not to do would definitely be don't lowball. Don't say, well, what can you do it for this? Or say, how come it's that much money? He explains to people exactly how much it is and why it is what it is. And then my thing to do would be very similar, is to tell him exactly what it is you want. If you want this person, but you want their hair to be purple with green tips, you tell them that. You don't wait until they go, this is what your price is. And I think another thing I would suggest is not to you, this is to people. People will message him and they'll say, this is what I want. He'll give them a price, and then they'll go, I can't pay it until 3 weeks from now. So keep in mind, this is not a store where something's sitting on the shelf. So in 3 weeks from now, that price may change due to the cost of the supplies changing. That price may not be available. That spot may not be available. He's had plenty of people who want to place an order to guarantee by Christmas. And I just want to make one little note. And he'll have a post on his own Instagram, but he can't guarantee anything once it leaves
I ship it today and I can't guarantee it for Christmas.
Right. He can guarantee that it will be shipped by a certain date, and then he talked to USPS to find out when they are recommending their last date for things. But he's had orders take like a day and a half to get to somebody, and he's had orders get like lost in the postal service. And that's not just him, that's anybody who uses any kind of mail shipping. And another thing, if you guys are watching this and you are international, at this time, he does not do international shipping, and it's for a multitude of reasons. If we can figure out a better method to make that work, maybe one day in the future, but not right now.
Number one, it's not cost effective. You guys are going to be paying $50 more for something. And here's the thing. I have friends or companies I know of in England and Australia that both do customs that are both very, very good, and I would recommend them. And
that's another thing. If you guys want somebody who does a different style than him or who can ship to somewhere he can't, just message him. He probably can hook you up.
I know I've become a lot friends with a lot of people. There's a girl I'm friends with. She does exclusively mermaids. If somebody messaged me about doing a mermaid pop, I would send them to her because she's done 1,000 of them.
Oh, and something else we should probably notice to people. If you ask him for a pop that already exists, the first thing he'll tell you is that it already exists. Yes. Is he doing it because he doesn't want your business? No, absolutely not. But the problem is, if you have a $10 pop that's available at, Target or Walmart or wherever, and he custom makes it and it costs, let's say, $100, people are going to say, well, I can just go down the street and buy it for $10. So he's like, then go down the street and buy it for $10. Unless you are willing to pay that price, which some people will say, but yes, I'd like it to look like this instead, or I want it to be different. But the first thing he will tell you, because I've had people ask me, can he do X, Y, and Z? And he'll go, yeah, but that already exists. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. And if you guys can't tell by the large collection of pops behind us, and this is not all of them, he was an avid collector before he started doing this. Yep. Is there anything else people should know about your business?
I'll tell you another shocking thing. I never actually held a Funko Pop until I started customizing.
That's true.
I never took one out of a box before I started customizing. And I collected them for 5 years prior to that. So, I mean, like, for me to, like, the first time I ever touched...
That's true, yeah.
A pop was when I took
and
it out of a box.
He even had them, like, when he was working, like, at his business. Another thing, and I feel like this should go without... Please don't ask him to do any content that is
nothing
X-rated.
PG-13.
He has had people request nudes,
porn stars.
Yes, or to make a certain character without a top on. He's not going to do it. And like, sorry to you 13-year-olds that are out there. If you're contacting him and you're saying you're 13 and you have an allowance, like...
I would love to be able to do these for free, or do these for $50, or do these, you know, but I can't.
Right.
Like,
you're supporting your family.
I have family to support, and, you know, like, I would love to say I won the lottery tomorrow and I would do a couple of these free a month for people. Just like I'm donating my hair, I would love to be able to donate something like that. Now, I will say, like, I would love to, when World Airways Day rolls around again, maybe donate, do an auction, something like that for, you know, Funko Pop or free custom. Lindsay has a Alice in Wonderland event coming up, and I'm going to do a special pop for that as a giveaway.
Well, we have to work out the details.
We have to work out the details, but yeah, I mean, I want to do something special for that. So, I mean, little things like that, I can always find time to donate something to. But I just can't. You can't do it for free.
Yeah.
And I wish I could. I really do. I wish I could do more for the world, but, you know.
If there's one thing that you want people to walk away from this video knowing about you, what is it?
I do this for you guys. Like, I do this for my family.
I was gonna say it didn't have to be pop related, but you went there.
I mean, everything I do though is for my family. So, I want you guys to want.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at she's still going.
I want you guys to want a better world for everybody. Sorry, I'm a very emotional guy.
So what's one thing you want people to know about me walking away from this video?
Lindsay is, and it's the way I describe her to a lot of people, she will be your best friend and your worst enemy. She is the most loving, caring person I've ever met. But she is also the most vindictive, mean, horrible person if you do something to wrong her.
Okay, I was like,
No. If you do something to wrong her, so if you hurt me, you hurt Briar, you hurt her family in any way, she is the most mean and vindictive person ever. But up until that point, she is one of the nicest, sweetest people you will ever meet. Biggest heart you will ever meet.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know how I should feel about the vindictive part.
Well, I mean, it's if people, you know, wrong you, which, you know, and you're also like you fight for the underdog.
Yeah.
More than anybody. So
is there anything else that you think the people should know or would want to know?
I don't know. I mean, like,
what do you want to ask the people?
I mean, like, what? I mean, I guess, like, what do you guys want? You know, like, what would you like to see from me, from Lindsay? Whether
Let us know.
Whether it be content related, whether it be something I make, something she does, something with our family. I mean, like, the one thing I was
going to say, we have to be very limited with that.
Okay, I was going to say it.
Go ahead.
The one thing is we do not post pictures of Briar from her face or her... from the back we will sometimes.
Once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, but like we don't.
I had somebody request they wanted to see more like vlog style videos, which I can do that for like us, but she won't be included in that, and that's a personal decision that I made, and then kind of forced him to be on board with when Briar was born.
We would love to be able to share her with the world. But the way the world is...
We just want to protect her. Yeah. And we don't want to leave her with an internet footprint she didn't ask for. And obviously when she gets older, she can make decisions on her own. But as of right now, we're the parents. And this is our rules for her. And we expect that those around us follow them as well. We've had to tell multiple family members, like, you have to take that picture down. You can't put that picture up.
Even as much as, like, parents telling them they can't.
Like the grandparents and aunts and uncles and things like that. And that's a personal decision. That's not really up for debate. But that's just, you know, how we are in this house. If you guys would like to see more videos like this one, Let me know down below. I'd like to do more videos with the DaddaMonster. If you guys are interested in having me film him doing his process, we can make that happen.
I'm actually doing a time lapse currently.
Yes.
Of the second piece of that dude for a memorial piece for his brother. I'm doing a time lapse or hyperlapse of that. I okayed it through him. Also, a lot of times I don't put up every pop I make on my Instagram. Think about it, because if Lindsay has a personal pop made of me, she doesn't want my name all over.
Yeah, some people don't care.
Some people don't care, yeah.
He made one for our buddy's birthday, for his 40th birthday, and it's the mock-up of what's on his Etsy shop, and he's had quite a few people actually message him and go, I'd like a custom, but it doesn't have to be that guy, right? He actually had one guy that said, can I get one that looks like that guy? But we would love to do more Q&A style videos, so if you guys have any questions for us, let us know down below. If you want to see more of his process, please let me know. He doesn't have his own YouTube channel. He does have his own Instagram, obviously. But if he... If he would like to...
I did win a fantasy football title, that's right.
I would absolutely feature some of his stuff on the channel. And I would like to do a diamond painting related video with him, which I wasn't sure if that's what I was going to do with this or not. But I don't know what's happening behind me here.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised you didn't ask me what's my favorite pop.
Oh, okay.
But that is my favorite pop. I'm a huge fan
of the movie.
The light,
yeah, there you go.
Babe, I got it.
I got you.
But that's my favorite pop, so I just thought I'd share that. Sorry. Go ahead. These
thoughts are a lot more organized than they are when I do a whip and chat, so. But we want to thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to give this video... Do you want to say what it is?
2 thumbs up. 1 in real life. 1 on the channel.
1 real life, 1 virtual, yep. Good?
And, like to do the... Bye.
Make sure that you give this video 2 thumbs up, 1 real life, 1 virtual. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We want you to be part of the Sparkle Squad. And make sure you hit that notification bell. I do not upload on a schedule. I operate on toddler standard time. I record when I can, however I can, and I give what I give, and you get what you get. Any closing thoughts, Jerry Springer?
Love each other.
Okay.
Take care of yourselves.
Okay.
Be safe.
Okay.
Wear a mask.
That's true. And I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you in our next video.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go.